Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the next session of Marketers on the Move. And today I have the special privilege and honor of sharing with you John Allen. Hello, John. How are you?
I'm super good, but I'll get better. How about you, Peter?
I'm super good, and I'll get better as well. With all this coronavirus and stuff. Anyway, I'd like to introduce you to John, and this is his bio. And by the way, his biography is extremely impressive. And for those of you who are watching this, I want you to appreciate the expertise and the experience that this guy has got, okay? And with your permission, I'm going to read it because I can't remember it all off the top of my head. John has had a wide and varied career. He spent 35 years in corporate in a variety of different positions, mainly in the areas of management, training, recruiting, and sales. For many years, John was a workaholic, working 12, 14, and 16 hours a day, sometimes 6 or even 7 days a week. I mean, that's extraordinary, right? In December 2000, he suffered a major brain aneurysm, where his odds were less than 10% chance of living, and if he did live, the odds were 85% against him of any type of normal life. I mean, that's unbelievable, John. Life took on a whole new meaning after that, which is understandable as well. On the way home from hospital, he looked up and made the big guy a promise that if he would let him live, then he, John, would spend the rest of his life helping small business owners get the absolute most out of their business. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I'm excited to introduce him to you, because he's coming from an incredible background with an absolutely fantastic philosophy. John's first client was his wife, who owned a small health and nutrition business. Like many others, the business was up and down with no predictable monthly revenue. He got that straightened out. Then some friends started asking for his help. And in 2002, he started coaching part-time. In 2009, he retired from the corporate world and went into coaching full-time. In 2014, he joined up with a group of other coaches from all over the world and combined all their talents. So you can see how many resources John has at his disposal for you. You see, John has helped hundreds of small businesses from lots of various industries to generate tens of thousands of dollars, okay? Tens of thousands of dollars, not hundreds, tens of thousands of dollars in additional revenue. One of the things he can do now is to show any business, and I want you to listen to this piece very carefully. He can show any business how to find from 10,000 to 100,000 in additional revenue in just 45 minutes without them spending an extra dollar on marketing or advertising. That is one heck of an offer. So John, thank you for sharing that information with me. Here's my first question for you. After all that, I'm going to ask you the question, what are you best known for?
One of the things that I've been told that I do best, Peter, is I'm really good at being able to get to the heart of their main part of their problem, or the heart of their problem that's causing them the challenges. We all know about the good fluff that everybody comes up with, but really, what's the heart of the problem? That's what you have to deal with when you're helping businesses grow. You have to get right to the heart of the problem.
Okay, and do you find some businesses more reticent than others in terms of sharing what their real problem is?
That usually comes with a business that I find they've been open for 1 to 3 years. I like to call it the honeymoon is over. They got over, hang up the sign, and they will come. That works great on TV, but it doesn't work in the movies, doesn't work in real life. Yeah. So when that happens, then that person, I find their ego has taken a bit of a beating, and now they're ready to say, hey, I need some help. And the businesses that are willing to actually pay for it and go out and do it, they're the ones that obviously I can help the most.
Just summarize for me very quickly the ideal type of client that you like to help and have been very successful in helping. What would they look like so people can identify themselves?
Been in business 1 to 3 years.
Right.
They know they need more clients, more revenue. And what I help them do is, like you said, through that 45 minutes where I can find them 10 to 100K plus an additional revenue without them spending an extra dime on marketing or advertising. And what it does, it gets them out of scraping by. So many small businesses today are just scraping by. So when they're serious and they want to do something, they're the best people that I can help.
Well, that's interesting. We talk about businesses just scraping by, because that leads me to my next question. What are the 3 biggest problems that most small businesses have?
Especially in today's world with this coronavirus and everybody panicking and what have you. Businesses now, they have more they need to get more leads. They need to know how to generate more cash. And this is where, like, people have to learn to deal with viral ways of doing business as well as their open doors. Now, with this current panic, everybody and their brothers all scared, oh, gee, what's going to happen? This is going to pass like all the other great, wonderful challenges we've had. And businesses will go back to brick and mortar and what have you. Now, things will change, but there's still going to be businesses open and what have you. So those businesses, again, they need more clients, plus they need to know how to generate some immediate cash. That comes in right now and in the future as well. And the third part is the majority of small businesses don't know where to turn to if they need professional help. Now, they need services like yours and mine to be able to help them get out of problems and grow the business the way they want.
Okay. Thank you, John. Tell me then, they've got access to resources like you, but why are businesses always worrying so much about price?
People, small businesses that I found over the years, always equate that everybody shops on price. Now, you know as well as I do that price isn't the main thing that people buy. People buy value. They don't buy price. And one of the questions I always ask people is, do you drive the cheapest car out there? 99% of them always say no. So my next thing, I come back and say, well, price then wasn't your biggest issue. You know, yes, price played a big part in it, but you wanted some of the other luxuries and everything else that went with that more expensive vehicle, right? Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Do you quit buying gas when gas goes up? No. Do you quit buying groceries when groceries go up? No. Well, then price isn't your biggest deal, is it? You still look for the value in what you buy. And when we look at things, price is usually 4th or 5th down on the list of things. Value is number 1. People will pay twice as much for 4 times the perceived value. So, you know, when you're out there talking to your customers and clients, talk value, don't talk price. The other thing that I tell people is you don't want to be the Walmart of your industry, because anybody can beat your price. You know, you want to deal on value.
So what you're saying really, John, is that if you want to compete on price, you're in a losing game. Is that correct?
That's correct. If you compete on price, you'll always be scraping for the crumbs on the floor. If you compete on value, you can set your own price.
Yeah. So in other words, you put together the value that will give the result to the client in a way that price probably doesn't even come into it anymore, because they're too enthusiastic about the opportunity they got of achieving the results and the outcomes they want, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Here's my next question for you. What is the key to making all their marketing and advertising work, no matter what form they're using?
Here's the key that I found to make any of your marketing work in any form, and that is your prospect has a problem they don't want. They're looking for a solution they want and don't have. You want to be a pain pill. You don't want to be a vitamin. People will pay twice as much to avoid pain as they will to gain pleasure. When you're promoting your products and service, talk about the pain that you can relieve. People want the outcome. They don't care how you do it. They want to know what's in it for me. Everybody's favorite radio station, WIIFM. So Talk about what they get out of it. Like you said, Peter, the results. That's what they want. They don't want to know the how-to. They want to know the results.
Mm. So that's where the key to all their marketing and advertising lies, okay? Now I understand. Makes perfect sense to me, John. Here's my last question for you, and before I ask that question, I want to say thank you for sharing your extremely valuable time with me. Number 5 question. What's the difference between demographics and psychographics, and why is this so important?
Oh, for years and years, for all studying and everything I've done, and virtually anybody else in sales, it's demographics. Who do you know? Well, take a look at it. If you deal with, say you're in the car business, everybody needs car repairs. Will they all come to your shop? No. So you want to take a look at what your ideal clients are. Maybe, for example, you specialize in Honda vehicles. So you don't want to deal with GMs and Fords. You just want to deal with Hondas. One of the easiest way I can demonstrate this, Peter, is if you take a look at the advertising on TV or radio or newspaper, it's all basically, here's my product, buy it now. That's a tactical marketing. Where the demographics come in, this is where you want to talk to people's hot buttons. What's in it for me? Because when you deal with the psychographics rather, now you're dealing with the results that they want. You can become a specialist instead of a generalist. And I believe it was on one of your videos that I was just listening to, that a specialist gets paid 84% higher than a generalist. So now let me ask you guys this. Would you rather be a specialist and deal with your ideal and target market, or would you rather be a generalist and have everybody and anybody for a client?
That's a no-brainer. No-brainer question.
84% looks better in my pocket than just being a plain old generalist.
Yes,
How about you?
Yeah, I agree. And it also enables you to specialize in helping that particular type of client, which means your services are even more valuable.
Correct.
John, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you and getting your thoughts about this. It's a troubled world we have right now, but with all particular challenges, there are also opportunities. And that's what I'm reading in from what you're sharing today, right? There are opportunities, but you've got to be open to find them, open to see them. That's what it's about. All right?
That is so correct.
So, John, if people want to contact you, how can they best do that?
You can get in touch with me through my website, changeyourthinking, changeyourbusiness.com. That's written out in full. My email,
Change Your Thinking, changeyourbusiness.com. All in lowercase, right?
Correct. My email, all in lowercase, is john at changeyourthinking, changeyourbusiness.com. My LinkedIn is linkedin.com/John D. Allen, small biz, B-I-Z, coaching.
Okay. John, thank you very much indeed. I really do appreciate a guy like you sharing his time with me. And I am recommending people who are watching this to reach out to John. It's not often you find someone with the experience that John's got. So I would strongly recommend that if you're running a small business, and earlier he explained the type of client he prefers to work with, and remember he's a specialist, right? Then I would strongly suggest you reach out to John. So John, thank you once again. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you, Peter, for the opportunity to share with your audience.
Okay.